What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another War Within video. Hope you're all doing very well. I want to talk about the Dinar system that has been announced by Blizzard and their recent clarification on immediately having to change part of the system because of the terrible feedback that they got. And then I also just want to talk about this really important note here in with this new event that's coming on May 13th. So on May 13th, there's this Turbo Boost event that's coming. There's a bunch of things that are happening with it. One of the main things that's happening is the introduction of the Dinar system that's coming back. This happened in Dragonflight Season 4. It's coming back again in Season 2 of The War Within. What is happening? Well, yo, I really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe on the video. I gotta get some coffee, bye. You'll get a quest, a weekly quest that says go defeat 4 raid bosses in Liberation of Undermine, and you'll get 1 cartel chip per week. Now, this was initially designed this way, and you were going to have to grind for 3 weeks before you were able to purchase a single item, because a single item costs 3 of the cartel chips, and you would get 1 chip per week. You'd have to do 3 weeks of raid grinding, which is kind of really annoying if you're not a raid person. They changed this because people were so mad about it. They changed the structure so that the first week's quest will now reward 3 chips, enough to purchase 1 item immediately. And then they also increase the cap up to 9 chips instead of 6, so you can get more items, which is good. It's good they're listening, but it's worrying to me. It's annoying. It's frustrating that they designed it in this way in the first place. And they put it out there thinking that that would be okay. Like, that part I don't really understand, but it doesn't matter. They fixed it. So in the first week, you'll get a quest. You'll go kill 4 raid bosses, and you'll get 3 cartel chips, which turns into 1 item. Okay, I know it's really complicated. Here's the catch. You can only acquire items with your cartel chip if you've killed the bosses that have those items. Okay? This is where it gets really dumb. Okay? So, let's say you want some items from Mr. Gallywix, like Eye of Kazan or the Jaster Diamond. You cannot buy these items with your chip unless you've killed Gallywix on the corresponding difficulty. Now, here's what they've done. If you want a heroic version of Eye of Kazan or Jaster Diamond or House of Cards, the heroic version only requires you to do normal raid difficulty or heroic, but normal is what you have. That's the bottom line. So you kill 4 bosses on normal, you get a chip, you can purchase a heroic version of these trinkets. That's what they've said in their in the thing. They said it in the second post here. Sorry, at the bottom here. What is it here? Puzzling cartel chip system will now allow someone who only does normal mode Liberation of Undermine to buy a House of Cards up to item level 672. I'll get to the item level in a second, but that's what you get to do. So I will tip my hat to Blizzard. On this point alone, it's a good thing. If you are somebody who's like an AOTC raider, or if you don't raid at all, you're a Delve person or a Mythic Plus person only, you can go into the raid, kill 4 raid bosses on normal, and then buy a House of Cards or a Jaster Diamond or an Eye of Kazan, whatever. That is good. Don't get me wrong. That is great. That part of the system is great. The Mythic side of it is terrible. If you want a Mythic Jaster Diamond, you have to kill Gallywix on Mythic. This doesn't make any sense to me. If you can already kill Mythic Gallywix without having the Jaster Diamond, you don't need the Jaster Diamond. That's the whole point of getting gear, of getting loot, is so that it makes you stronger, so that you can go take on the greater challenges that are in front of you. People aren't playing this game to just get gear and then be like, well, I got Eye of Kazan, I'm all done for the season. That's not the point of the game. The point of the game is to get the loot so that you can go get Cutting Edge, so that you can go get 3 KIO, so that you can go kill the Undermine on double ? difficulty. Like, that's the point of getting the loot. Blizzard's philosophy on the Dinar system, they've said in their post here, is that they want it to be as not a catch-up mechanic, but a bad luck protection mechanic. if you've been trying to farm this item and you haven't got it, well, now you can get it guaranteed. But it doesn't make any sense with the way the game is played. Nobody plays this game to just go get an item like for fun. That's not the point. The reason, like, if you don't need the Jaster Diamond if you don't have a mythic Jasper Diamond, let's say you already have a heroic Jaster Diamond, you can kill Gallywix with that heroic Jaster Diamond. You don't need the mythic version of it. The mythic version of it would be great, but like, nobody is just going into the raid and farming mythic over and over and over again just so they can get a Jaster Diamond. That's not what happens. People go and they farm raids so that they can get achievements, so that they can get accomplishments. AOTC, cutting edge, 3KIO, whatever it is. That's the point. And I think Blizzard philosophically, I think they need to just rethink why they're doing this, because we should be able to have access to the mythic versions of these items, I think. Or maybe just don't, maybe it's never a possibility. Maybe you can only ever get the heroic versions of these items from the Dinar. That would also probably be fine. But don't give us the chance to get a mythic item and then say, well, but you actually have to kill the boss on mythic first. Like, that's really silly to me. It makes sense on some of the lower tier bosses if they had really good items, because killing the lower tier bosses on mythic is not that hard. Rick Reverb's probably one of the better ones because he has this trinket, but all the chase items are down here. You know, Jaster Diamond, Eye of Kazan, House of Cards, even Sprocket Monger, excuse me, has Mr. Pick Me Up, which is the best healer trinket in the raid. These are all in the latter half of the raid, and I just don't understand philosophically why Blizzard is doing this way. That part is a complete miss to me and doesn't make any sense. Now, as I said, if you've been trying to farm the heroic version of any of these items, you'll easily be able to get a heroic version of those items, and that's a wonderful thing. The other thing that's actually really good about this event that is happening on May 13th, okay? This is the other, like, really good news here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. During this event, hero and myth upgrade tracks will extend 2 upgrades from 6 to 8. The cap for crests is going to be lifted, and Valor Stones are warbound. This is really good. Okay? So, all of your heroic items that you're currently wearing and will acquire are going up by 2 tiers. So, instead of 665 being the final item level, you can go to 672, which is massive. That's really good. Your mythic items will go from 678 up to like 685 or 684. It's one of those two. I think it's probably 685, let's just say. That means, along with the crests now being uncapped, you can just farm Mythic Plus dungeons over and over and over again and get, 12, 15 Gilded Undermine crests over and over and over again and upgrade all of your items from whatever level they're at now up to, again, 672 for heroic and 685 or 684 for mythic. That's a massive boost in power. Your overall item level is going to go from like 669 or 670 up to like 676, probably, maybe 677. You're going to get like 6 or 7 full item levels on your character just because of that change that Blizzard is making. That is a much more significant change, a much more significant boost in power than the stupid mythic dinar thing that you could get. Which, whatever. That is a massive deal. That is a really good thing. I'm really glad Blizzard is doing that. And it's in the middle of season 2. So you can literally push to try and get cutting edge now much more easily. If everybody in your raid suddenly goes from 669 item level to 675 or 676 item level, that is a enormous improvement, and you're going to easily run over bosses, in my opinion. Like, I think it might make the raid a joke, to be honest. It might make the raid kind of trivial. We'll have to see. Hopefully not, but it might. But that is a huge change, and you're going to really enjoy that. So the 2 really important things that are coming on this patch is that the Dinar system will let you purchase heroic raid level items when you only have to kill 4 normal raid bosses, at least for the first chip. that first Dinar chip. So that's really good. You run in, you kill 4 normal bosses, you get out, you purchase your item that you haven't been able to get. That's wonderful. You get a Mr. Pick-Me-Up, you get a Jaster Demo, whatever the case might be. If you want a mythic version of those items, it's not going to help you at all, really. Realistically speaking. Most people, if they kill the entire raid on mythic, they're done raiding. So it's kind of useless. But the heroic version is good, and the item level upgrade going from tier 6 to tier 8 is really, really good. Crests being uncapped is really good. Valor Stones being warbound, really, really good. So those are awesome changes. Blizzard has done a great job in that sense. I just think the mythic part of the Dinar system is a little bit strange. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I think most people aren't maybe realizing how much of an item level upgrade they are about to get on their character on May 13th. It's only like 2 weeks away, I think, right? Maybe it's maybe 3 weeks away. But that's pretty great. Blizzard is listening to the community. They have made some changes already with this Dinar system. Maybe they'll continue to make some more. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But it's good that they're at least listening. All right. Thank you guys so much again for watching. I love you all. I will see you in the next one.